Hi, Malik. All right, we're going to read a story today called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs by a Wolf. So, this means, all the other stories we've heard about the Three Little Pigs, they're told from the perspective of the pigs. We never get to hear the wolf side of the story. Be like anytime like you and Saren got in a fight, only Saren got to tell his side of the story. Can you believe it? Well, that's how that wolf felt. So let's see what he has to say. Everybody knows the story of the Three Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault. Wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. This wolf has a pretty good point. Uh, yeah, but I mean, look at that. Look at that burger he has there. You see, ooh, yeah, look, you can see bunny ears sticking out of it. Ooh. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Oh, look, here's the wolf. He looks like he's baking something. Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was baking a cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. Oh yeah, look, we can see them. He has a thermometer in his mouth, like he's holding it under his tongue. Oh, and look, oh, those wolves love to eat bunnies. Can you see the bunny ears sticking out of the cake batter? So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw? All right. Ooh, look, there's a wolf. He looks friendly enough. Look, he's wearing those nice glasses. He's just sticking his head in the door. So, so of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone's house, so I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed and I snuffed. Oh yeah, look, we can see his nose. Yeah, look, his nose looks he's getting itchy. Something's about to happen. Whoa, look at this. And I sneezed a great sneeze. Oh my gosh. Look at that. His glasses are blowing off his face. Oh my gosh. And look, we can see inside the pigs flying. Whoa. And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home this whole time. Why do you think the pig didn't answer him? That's weird. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw. Look, we can see it looks like the wolf's thinking about something. He's thinking. So I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. What's going to happen next, I wonder. So I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next door neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. Look what's happening. Oh, looks like this pig was inside shaving. Look, he's got like a razor. I didn't know pigs had to shave a beard. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, Go away, Wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin. Oh, yeah, we were right. He is shaving. Oh, I never knew that pigs had to shave. That's interesting. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it. But this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was a second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better, and I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains in the family. He had built his house of bricks. Whoa, look at this house. It's like super strong. Like the wolf's looking at it, and oh, it looks like even the look, here's the wolf's head, and then there's the door. It looks like even the door is made out of bricks. Whoa. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what this rude little porker answered? Get out of here, wolf. Don't bother me again. Oh my gosh, that pig was so rude. Oh, look at his eyes. Can you see his eyes? That pig, he looks so mean and angry. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't even give me one little cup for my dear, sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig! I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, And your old granny can sit on a pin. Oh my gosh, that is one rude pig. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. So when the cops drove up, of course I was trying to break down this little pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. Oh my gosh, look, there's the wolf. He's like going crazy, making a scene. It looks like this is one of the cops. And looks like there's maybe a journalist, like the news media is there with a microphone. Whoa. Yo, yeah, look, they wrote a news story about him in the newspaper. The rest, as they say, is history. And then if you can read the newspaper here, Malik, it says Big Bad Wolf at the top. And it says uh, wolf. And then it's saying what the wolf says. All huff and all puff. And then but this newspaper is written by the Daily Pig. So it's only the pig side of the story. All right, let's see what else he has to say. The news reporters found out about the two pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the whole story with all that huff and puff and blow your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. That's the real story. I was framed. Do you know what it means to be framed, Malik? It means if somebody says that you did something but you didn't really do it, and then they make up a bunch of stories and lie and say, "Oh, look, like here's proof that Malik did it, but the proof is fake." That means to be framed. So the big bad wolf was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar. Oh man, poor wolf. He's there he is. He's just in jail now. He's been in there so long he grew a beard, and then there's some mean pig guarding him. Oh, all right, that's it. The end. I hope you like that story, Malik.